The night ghost saved my life. Rennie, my husband, once seemed to have a great soul. We stayed high for a long time until one day I realized that if I didn't stop buying ounces of meth, I would burn through my inheritance. "We're going to have to stop, Rennie," I told him. "I'm not spending all of my money on speed. It's time for you to get a job and start paying our bills again." The first week off, a long dope spree, is always for eating and sleeping. We spent that week recuperating. By the second week, Rennie was searching all over the house. "What are you looking for?" I asked. "I forgot I stashed some speed back," he said. And I wasn't thinking clearly, but deep down I knew it was a ploy. Rennie never lost his dope. Still, just the thought of a good shot made my stomach clench. I was already jonesing for that rush. Before I knew it, I was helping him look, the craving building inside. "Forget it. Call Cheeseburger, let's go to Dallas and get an 8-ball, I finally said. And off we went. I kept telling myself I would stop again when this bag was gone. I didn't want to hurt my grandmother, who had left me a small fortune. I wanted to straighten up so her spirit would be proud of me. None of Rennie's old tricks to get more dope were working anymore, and he seemed willing to take drastic measures. Some of Rennie's friends fought chickens in Oklahoma. One of his buddies had a supply of strychnine, which they gave the birds before fights to make them meaner and more wired. "You can't poison chickens," his friend had told him. On our last night coming down, I realized I was dehydrated and went to get some water. Rennie stepped in front of me. "I'll get it," he said, grabbing a glass, filling it with ice, then turning on the tap. He tried to keep me behind his back. A voice in my head screamed, "Don't drink the water. Look at his hands." Sure enough, he was pouring something from a small vial into my glass. I refused the water. His behavior turned erratic. "He's trying to kill you," the voice in my head shouted so loud it felt like Rennie must have heard it too. The next thing I knew, he had me on the floor, hands around my neck. Then just as suddenly, he jumped up and ran to the back of the trailer. My thoughts were scattered. I sat sobbing on the kitchen floor. "Get up and get out of the house now," the voice told me. I went to the door, but the chain lock was latched. "The keys are in his left front pocket of his dirty jeans behind the couch. Get them now and go," the voice urged again. It felt like forever to pull the keys out, the jingling sound terrifying me that he would hear and come back. Fumbling with the lock on the chain was excruciating too. Clink, clank. "Hurry up and get out of here." I took a deep breath, opened the lock, then the door, and ran for the car. As I sprinted, I felt for the car key to be ready. Just as I started the engine, he came out of the trailer, his form framed by the light inside. I was terrified, but I threw the gear shift into reverse. Gravel flew from the tires as I spun out of the driveway. I didn't even stop all the way before slamming it into drive on the dirt road to the highway. Shaking, I went straight to my parents' house. To my relief, they believed me. My dad even suspected Rennie thought he'd inherit my money if I died. They got a restraining order and moved me to another town. Rennie never admitted to remembering that night. He called me trippin' and crazy. But I know what happened. My imaginary friends saved my life that night.